Alright guys, so we're into round 2 of tonight's Friday Night Magic Standard event from Lost Legion. We're already into the action. Both of these players are 1-0 on the night. On the right, we've got Drew Scherr, who's playing a mono-black devotion deck, resolving a turn 1 Thoughtseize, which is nabbing a Burning Tree Emissary, and his opponent is Justin Sayre, who is playing mono-red. Then Drew on the all Thoughtseize all the time plan here. Not necessarily the greatest thing to be doing against the red deck, but if the 2 damage from Thoughtseize equivalently saves you more than 2 damage from a creature, then it is definitely a trade you're willing to make. The second trade, the second Thoughtseize revealing Lightning Strike, Chandra's Phoenix, a couple of lands, and the Ember Swallower that Drew ends up taking here. So I'm not sure if Justin's deck is a mono-red aggro deck or a mono-red devotion deck. It looks like it's a mono-red devotion at this point because of the Frostburn Weirds, which seem like they would be Ash Zealots if it were an aggro deck. So Drew going to go ahead and run out this Pack Rat into what he knows is a Lightning Strike. So interesting line here. Let's see if Justin correctly gets rid of that Pack Rat, or if he sandbags his bolt. Yeah. I'm not sure Drew, well, I'm not sure you really had another option necessarily, but not really where you want to be in that spot, as Pack Rat can take this game over pretty quickly. So there's a Nykthos, and there's a Nightveil Spectre. So the Nykthos currently breaking even, and if Drew can add to his board, that Nykthos is going to be able to generate a lot of mana in this matchup. So Justin serves in with the Frostburn Weird. Looks like Drew is just going to take it, and Justin deciding how much mana he wants to sink into the pump here. I think at this point we know all the cards in Justin's hand. Well, no, he has a Chandra's Phoenix here, so if he has a second... If he has another mountain to play this turn, he can play the Chandra's Phoenix. Though if he was going to do that, he would have done it pre-combat. Of course, the Chandra's Phoenix is not any good against the Nightveil Spectre, so might as well just make it a 4-1 and get in for maximum damage anyway. So just 2 cards, no, it looks like 3 cards in Justin's hand, one of which is a Phoenix that we know about. Tap 5 mana for a Grey Merchant, so a 5-point life swing here, sending Drew up to 15 and Justin down to 15. But more importantly, if Justin can't do anything with these, with this current board state, and there's a Magma Jet exiled with the Spectre. If Justin can't get rid of either of these 2 creatures, Drew's going to be able to untap. If he plays a land, have access to 8 mana next turn at a minimum. So serve in with the Weird here, choosing not to play the Chandra's Phoenix. So interesting choice here. Drew's trading with the Frostburn Weird. And then we play a post-combat Ash Zealot. We know the last card in Justin's hand is... No, he's got 2. One is the Phoenix, which he sandbagged this entire time. So we're going to see another Pack Rat here. No, we're going to ultimate price on the Zealot. I'm going to serve in here with a Spectre, revealing a second Magma Jet. And just passing back, so I'm not sure what's in Drew's hand here, but not a lot of business. Playing defense here. And there's an Ash Zealot off the top from Justin. Here's the Phoenix we've known about since turn 1. Serving for 4, but looks like... well, that can't be right. Doomblade on the Phoenix, which Justin can potentially rebuy. I think he probably would have taken out the Ash Zealot there, but Drew deciding to go the other route to see if Drew can get a mountain. No, a Storm Breath Dragon. So if nothing more, the Spectre keeping a lot of good cards out of Justin's hand off the top of his deck. So there's a Lightning Strike. And at this point, Justin probably want to just take out the Spectre. Well, no, I guess he wants to. I guess you could have bolted there and then bought back the Phoenix, And there is an Erebos. Not currently active. And there's the lightning strike. Taking out the Spectre. So we've answered that threat, but we've stranded our Chandra's Phoenix in the bin. Onside at 9 now. Justin drawing blanks off the top, it looks like. So there's a land. We'll see if Drew gets aggressive drawing cards with Erebos. Decides not to. And there's another Ash Zealot, I think the third of the game, possibly the fourth. Devour Flesh, so Justin's going to have to sack one of them. Is going to go up to 11. And then Drew is going to go down to 7 off the attack. Still in this game. Oh, Drew's going to live dangerously, draw a card off Erebos here. So dead on board to another lightning strike and an attack. Just cannot seem to draw anything. I think he's got 2 swamps in his hand. Is that a dragon? Dragon will be good too. And there's another removal spell. So a man down, followed up with a Burning Tree Emissary, but not chaining into anything. So let's see what's on the top of Drew's deck here. I think he does he draw another swamp? Oh, I'll get it, yep. Hey, you're at 9 life because you can't gain life because of Erebos. Yep. So the chat catching one that's easy to fix probably doesn't going to matter. Probably not going to matter because I think Drew has two. No, he just has a Thoughtseize in his hand. So a rough draw from Drew. Had a lot of business in terms of Thoughtseize early and stymied Justin pretty well to start, but could not draw any threats of his own. And like I said, served his pack rat into a So Drew starts off with just a swamp, no Thoughtseize this game, but also no, I feel comfortable enough to put mono red devotion for Justin here too. This is clearly not mono red aggro deck. Interesting here, playing the Frostburn Weird as opposed to the Ash Zealot. And Drew's going to answer with Devour Flesh, letting Justin gain 4 life there, but the mono black deck does damage in chunks, so it's not necessarily trying to do exactly 20 damage. We see a Nykthos off the top from Justin. We see an Ash Zealot, a Chandra Pyromaster, but not a third land, it looks like. So there is the Ash Zealot, and Drew's going to kill it too. Ultimate Price taking out the Ash Zealot before it can deal any damage. Of course he had the third land, it was a Nykthos. I knew he drew it. And there is a Nightveil Spectre, so we'll see if Justin has the burn spell to answer that, or if we start getting out of hand here. Let's see a Perforos in Justin's hand. We're going to cast a Chandra's Phoenix here. A lot of devotion, a lot of high-end devotion cards in Justin's hand, but not a lot of low-end devotion creatures on board to help him power those out. Drew playing the role of the control deck in this matchup. Normally the mono black deck is the aggressor, but in this situation, lots of removal at a premium against the aggressive starts capable in the red deck. So we're just going to lightning strike the Spectre at sorcery speed to prevent Nykthos activation. It's actually very important because you can't respond to the mana ability. And here comes a Desecration Demon. Now that's going to be very tough for Justin to deal with, as he doesn't have nearly the creature count capable of constantly throwing something away to tap that demon down. Doesn't have the creatures on board to make use of tapping it down anyway to force damage through. And with Drew at 20 life, sitting very pretty off the back of a pretty tremendous blocker here. So Chandra's Phoenix actually a potential solution to Desecration Demon, though it requires a lot of mana to be effective. So Justin is choosing to tap it down with the Chandra's Phoenix. And Drew plays a pre-combat Whip of Erebos so he can try and gain 6 life here. So just, this is the kind of draw that Drew's deck needs to have against the mono-red deck. The life-linking 6/6 immovable object draw. So Drew lands a 5th land here. Pre-combat, we're going to go ahead and kill the Ash Zealot to avoid the Desecration Demon trigger, then serve in for 7, dropping Justin down to 17. More importantly, putting Drew up to 25. And while the mono-red Devotion deck is capable of doing a lot of damage, as opposed to the more all-in mono-red aggro strategy, it's still going to be difficult to beat this Desecration Demon. With the Whip, gaining a lot of life. And here comes a Gray Merchant. There's a Gray Merchant. Devotion is 6. Justin has had enough. That game may have not been over for a few more turns, but it was basically over when Drew played the Whip in matchups. I don't know if you knew that. I got basically like world-class Magic strategy advice here.
Yeah.
Earlier I told people that Magic is easy, just draw all the cards you need to win.
Yeah, well, I mean, just vaguely and nebulously describe things that let you win, and then you're right.
And then I really got on to Yin for his inability to draw the lands he needed to cast his spells. Rookie mistake.
I know, he should have.
Rookie mistake. Out of a seasoned veteran like Yin. So we're into Game 2 here with Justin on the play. Both players on 6 cards. Burning Tree Emissary, but not chaining into anything. And then Drew's going to go ahead and Doomblade. These guys both like to cast their instants at sorcery speed. Oh, and Justin stuck on 2 lands with no more business. So here's a Thoughtseizes. Is that a act of treason? So he does have active treason. Oh, he's got 2 active treasons, which are the best answers to the Desecration Demon here. I don't really know what I would take, to be perfectly honest with you. I may take an active treason here. He's going to take the dragon, which I'm not going to argue with that. I don't think anyone can dream up a scenario in which forcing your opponent to discard a Stormbreath dragon is bad news for you. But Justin whiffs on his 3rd land for the 2nd turn in a row. Here's the 3rd land.
He's got it.
But he still can't play anything proactive. He does have the act that he can shut down, See, this is a very interesting spot for, and there's a Ash Zealot off the top, which is going to get ultimate priced. But Drew's going to be in a spot here where he can't, he's not going to feel comfortable playing,
So he's just never going to win,
Well, he's going to have to fade. He's going to have to fade, basically 12 damage. Just Doomblade all these guys.
1-for-1 city.
I don't know. I think Drew's fine with trading card for card. Yeah.
This is exactly what he wants. 1-for-1 against a red deck is usually alright.
We're going to see an Erebos here. There's a Demon. But we know Justin's just going to steal it and do 6 to him.
And then sack it. You can sack... Wait.
No.
Well, you could sack it before combat if you wanted to.
It says other, I believe.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you can't sack the Demon to itself.
That's disappointing.
So now Justin's in a little bit of a situation here. He has drawn his 4th land. So he can play... Yeah, he can play Ember Swallower here if he wants to. End of turn, we're going to Hero's Downfall the Ember Swallower, because Drew doesn't do anything except... Alright, we're going to attack in for 6 here.
Interesting.
And what did we draw? It's either... Drew likes to play out his land, so it's got to be a relevant spell here. So we're going to Active Treason here and do 6. Drew felt it coming. I would have taken that, especially knowing the amount of removal that Drew has, I would have taken that one of those 2 copies of Active Treason with that Thoughtseize.
I agree. Could be interesting.
Alright, I'm trying to do the math here.
I don't know if Justin can win this with 2 demons down. Because he's all, dead next turn and stuff. Wait, shouldn't he be at 6? Did he? Shouldn't he be at 6, Justin? Wasn't he just at 12, or am I crazy? That's his 8. I'm just crazy, clearly.
I don't know. I really don't know. That's the point where I just have to trust them too. He's just dead here, right? He needs another land and a... He needs another land and to play a 2-drop here, right? Yeah, so he's got a Frostburn word. So he's not dead to this attack.
Okay.
And based on how much burn he has, he might be able to steal this one. But if Drew draws a removal spell, the game is over. Or the game is over now because of the whip. Because he's going to be gaining, at a minimum, 6 life this turn.
Yeah.
And still have... and serve in. Gain 6. And Justin's going to valiantly draw his card, but I don't think there's a card in his deck where he can come back from that.
Nope.
So some pretty interesting games. I'm pretty sure Drew could have won game 1 if he had just sandbagged his pack rat. He cast a Thoughtseize early, knew that Justin had a lightning strike, and still ran his pack rat into it. I think if you wait until later in the game when you can play it on 5 and then activate it in response, you know.
I didn't see game 1, but yeah, that sounds like a solid play.
I'm all about solid play. I'm also all about 20 minutes left in the round, so I'm going to step outside, see if we can find another feature match. Boop, 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 boop.